Hey everyone, it's Captain Chandler with your police department, and we have more snow on the way for this weekend. And as a city and police department, we wanted to come to you just to let you know about our preparedness efforts and what the city is doing to prepare for this winter storm with police, fire, and public works. And right now we have Justin Beasley. He is out at the public works staging yard where they have a lot of our snow removal equipment, and I just want to bring Justin on. Hopefully he's ready to go. I see him on the backstage messing with his camera right now. And Justin, I hope you can hear me. How's everything? I think Justin is having technical difficulties, and no worries, folks. We're going to jump into Rich, and Rich is going to give us a update on the winter storm and what we're going to expect. And then we'll jump to Justin real quick if he gives me a thumbs up and can hear me pretty good. So Rich, what do we got coming up?
Yeah, so folks, based on today's weather briefing we got from the Weather Service, they are now calling a major winter storm impact for the area, expecting significant snowfall through most of Middle Tennessee Saturday night and into Sunday. Expecting some major travel impacts that could potentially last all the way through Monday and Tuesday. Of course, that may change a little bit based on environmental factors, how good the sun's going to be out, how clear the sky might be, wind helping dry the roads, things like that. Not at all trying to get anybody into a panic, just kind of get y'all prepared for this stuff. And of course, due to the snow going to be wet because all the excess moisture in the air, it's going to be kind of heavy snow. So watch out for the trees and power lines if they start coming down. Could be a potential safety issue.
Yeah, Rich. And let's jump to Justin. I have him back now on the screen. And Justin, give us an update about what Public Works has ready for us coming up this weekend.
Yeah, I'm sure you guys have touched on it. 2 to 5 inches of snow, potentially 8 in some areas. The severity of this one, I don't know. We had 7 inches last week. We're just expecting more downpour and a longer time period, especially over the weekend. I was talking with Andy Barlow a little bit today. They're doing their best to find a way to house and to feed Public Works, probably for a 36-hour timeline. And we're going to have a full staff on hand, plenty of people to call in as well. So if you thought we were prepared last time, if there's a way to be even more prepared, that's what Public Works is going to be doing. I'm sure you've touched on it with police, but fire will be fully staffed as well, out and about, helping anybody with just about anything. But just again, to re-emphasize, as we've said it ad nauseum the last 2 weeks, do your best to stay out of the way of our law enforcement, police, our fire, and Public Works. They can't do their job if somebody is stranded in a ditch or on the road. And we get it. Some people have to be at work. Some people have to be on the road. There are certainly situations like that. But we just want to make sure that, keep your space between the snowplows in front, on the back, and on the side. And as I've said at Captain Tyler Chandler, we're using this platform to show people what the roads look like and what's going on, so you don't have to physically get outside and check it yourself. Have all the fun at home. It's a holiday weekend, Martin Luther King Day. You've got 4 days at home, maybe 5 if the kids get out of school on Tuesday. But once again, Public Works, we're not fearful of what's going to happen, but we're preparing for the worst just to make sure we're ready to respond to the city in the way that we need to. We did a good job last time with the brine setup. I know Andy Barlow has made his way. He's done the car wash on local news this week with them bragging on the brine setup we have, and we're thankful that our commissioners were able to set that up and get that in line for us, because it certainly paid off last week. It's certainly going to pay off this weekend as well, and maybe be an example to other cities to get something like this. So, job well done to Public Works last week, but it's a what have you done for me lately business, like everything else is, and they're going to be back up and at them this weekend working hard.
Yeah, I just want to give you a shout out too, Justin, because during the last storm, you were live multiple points on the city's Facebook. So, folks, if you do not follow the City of Mount Juliet on Facebook, go to their Facebook page, like it, follow it, because there is a lot of good information that goes out. But Justin then gets in with Public Works. He's with the fire department. They're riding around, and you can see what the road conditions look like and what they're dealing with. And it's pretty interesting to watch a snow plow away the snow. And if we get 8 to 10 inches on the worst side of things, then that's a lot of snow they're going to be out there plowing. I'm glad they're prepared. You see it behind Justin there, all the different trucks with the plows on front, and they're ready to go. Those trucks are geared up, ready to go, from the F450 trucks up to the big dump trucks. your public works teams is ready to go for this storm, and they're going to work hard, like you said, 36 hours working. They're going to try to house them and feed them to ensure that everyone is on hand so we can respond to this storm. And I always tell people life doesn't stop when we have a winter storm or any type of emergency situation, because there's life happening. People have to go to the hospital, people have incidents at their homes, police response still needs to be adequate. And that's why it's so important for us to have these crews out there working without any distractions or cars near them, because they're truly working to keep everyone safe, not just the roads clear. They're trying to keep everything clear so emergency response can still be adequate to the different areas if people need us. And that doesn't happen. We still have to respond to people, even though there's a lot of snow on the ground. So really appreciate everyone and their hard work that's going to be working hard this weekend to keep our city safe.
Yeah, it's a good point. And, specifically with public works, you got to think just like the officers and fire, they're going to be working on a little bit of sleep in between, Saturday night, Sunday morning, probably into Monday as well. We're working on ways to staff our public works to stay maybe in some housing or some hotels or even somewhere in a public building as well, trying to feed them around the clock too. It is not glamorous work for sure, but it's work that has to be done. Sure. And you heard our commissioners give Public Works a lot of love on Monday night, and deservedly so. And once again, they're going to have to be up and at them again this weekend. Maybe it works out where if it does snow later on to Saturday, early Sunday, they can get to the roads maybe before, last time we saw it at 8 a.m. on a Thursday. Less people will be on the road, so that the roads might look better, but that's just because, Public Works can get to them. But once again, we cannot stress enough. And Captain, you saw more people that you had to help out of ditches than anything. They probably regretted getting out if they didn't have to. So use their testimony to stay at home and enjoy it on the weekend. There's like 7 football games this weekend in the NFL playoffs. Sit at home, enjoy those, and let the city do their best to get to work and let you play in the snow at home.
Yeah, there you go, man. I appreciate it. I think you're going to interview Andy Barlow, our Public Works Director, which is going to air a little bit later on the city's Facebook. So, folks, check that out if you're still interested in what Public Works is doing for you. Check out the city's Facebook. A little bit later, he'll be doing a live interview with our Public Works Director, Andy Barlow. Like always, Justin, thanks for joining us, and I'm sure I'll see you out and about Sunday sometime.
Thanks, Captain. Thanks for what you do. And, I'll jump in with you sometime this weekend if we're getting some big snow. Thank you.
All right. Take care. See ya. All right, Rich, let's get back to it. We have what to expect with the weather.
Yeah, so on the lower end of things, they're saying we can look at a minimum of 2 to 6 inches, but higher amounts are possible. And a lot of that's going to be dependent on what the jet stream decides to do. They're watching that really close. If it's going to go farther south of us, we may get some more higher numbers. If it comes a little further north, we'll stay in that 2 to 6 inch range. But we're also looking potential for some sleet. Maybe a little bit of freezing rain in there. So it's going to be treacherous. So folks need to be very, very careful.
Yeah, and really, it's a lot of uncertainty here. The weather forecasters, they're doing everything they can to try to pinpoint this down. And there's different models they look at, and some of those are in agreement, some of those aren't. But they do expect for us to see something, and it's just going to be a matter of how much we get. And with us in emergency services and public safety and public works, we have to be prepared for the worst, because if the worst comes and we're not prepared, then we are really behind that 8 ball, and we don't want to be. So we're going to be prepared for you as a community. We're going to work hard to keep this city as safe as possible if we do get those major impacts.
Indeed. And we are currently going to be under a winter storm watch Saturday and into Sunday, 6 p.m. Saturday through 6 p.m. Sunday, the winter storm watch for all the Middle Tennessee area. So that's going to go for a long, long time. And chances are, depending on the amount of snowfall, this may get upgraded to a winter storm warning. A little too early to speculate on that, though. But just be aware, be weather aware, be safe. And here's some timing for the rain and snowfall timeline. 6 p.m. Saturday, you can see we're going to mainly be in the rain area. On in the midnight time range, we're going to be in that wintry mix, switching over to snow for our area. And then full-on snow come 6 a.m., getting in a daybreak for Sunday. So we're going to be getting snow for sure, just like Captain alluded to. As to how much, we're not exactly sure yet. It's just going to be kind of a wait-and-see game. And here's a good graphic to kind of show you that. Confidence in these amounts, as the Weather Service states on this slide, is fairly medium. So we're in that 4 to 5 inch range there, as you can see. But again, that's going to depend on further along we get in the day today and tomorrow. We may be able to narrow that amount down a little more. So, and here you see the overall component of the impacts for our area. We're looking dead center around middle of Nashville there, and some of our area in the middle and eastern Wilson County, looking to have some major impacts. Here in Mount Juliet, we're in the moderate impact range, that standard orange color there. Again, this is all subject to change depending on what the weather does. So main point of this, trying to drive home to everybody, is just be ready. If you need to get out and do a little bit of shopping today, just have a little bit of extra supplies on hand. Try to prep for, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, because, especially like Justin alluded to, being a holiday weekend, stay home, have some fun, watch some football, get out and make some snow angels. It'll be a good weekend.
Yeah, absolutely. And folks, what you're seeing is just from models here. So that orange and that red could fluctuate wherever the storm wants to decide to go. There's a science behind it, but that science is not exact by any means. But we just want to encourage people that there could, and let people know that there could be definitely impacts to our roadways Sunday into Monday, and you will not want to get on those roadways if we have those serious impacts out there. We just want to stay home and stay safe and stay warm, and let our emergency responders get out there and help folks if anyone needs any help.
And that's what I got for you on my slides.
And just updating everyone on our status report here. I just knocked Rich off by accident. There you go, Rich, you're back. But with police, our officers are on standby, and we are prepared to increase our staff levels on duty if we need to. But everyone's in a standby status right now. The good thing is all of our patrol vehicles are equipped with all-wheel drive, but all-wheel drive is not the saving grace by any means. You still have to be careful out there if you have that, but we definitely get around a lot better than our older rear-wheel drive police vehicles. The fire department, they have additional crews on standby, and they also have additional vehicles that can get to difficult areas. And our public works teams, like you got an update about, their brining will start tomorrow if they're able to get out there without heavy rain, and their 6 snow response vehicles will be ready to go. Rich mentioned this a little bit, but our safety concerns with the storms are the hazardous roadways, power outages. With this storm being a little bit more wet, the snow is wetter than what we had previously, where it was more of a dry, flaky snow. This will have more water with it, and that will stick to things differently than the past snow. And so as that stuff sticks, it could weigh down the power lines and cause power outages, or knock down tree limbs on those power lines and cause power outages. So we're trying to be understanding that we could have those power outages. And of course, sledding hazards. Be safe if you get out there and sled. Check the path where the sledder is going down to be sure there's no hazards or obstacles or debris in that path. And be careful if you're sledding on any roadway, because when vehicles are on a road with sleds and both can't really control where they're going, it really gets into a dangerous situation. And slip and fall injuries. Anytime we see ice and snow, we see a lot of these slip and fall injuries come in, where folks are falling just outside their home or at different businesses related to the slick surfaces. If you see those plows, definitely don't crowd the plow. We talked about that, but you want to give them plenty of space to work. And 70% of snow and ice related injuries occur in automobiles. So if you get out and drive, please just take it slow in that ice and snow. You want to leave a lot of extra space between you and other vehicles. Do not brake hard. Do not accelerate quickly or take turns quickly. Everything is nice and slow and methodical if you have to drive through the snow. Our incident page is already active for this event. You can go to that at www.mjpdnews.org/incident. And you'll also find a link on that page that takes you to our live map of any road closures, should we have any road closures out there. If you're not registered yet, get registered to our MJ alert system. It's a text alert that we can send you, and all you have to do is text MJ to 67283 to get registered for that. And Rich has a graphic up for us.
That's my big prediction.
He said, well, I'm speechless, Rich, because I have no clue what we would do if we had that much snow out here. We'd probably all be out there trying to shovel out of it. So hopefully, folks, we will not have that type of snow, but we'll see what we get. It could be anywhere from a trace to the 10, 12 inches is what what I've seen different places. So we may have a lot of snow this weekend. We may have very little snow this weekend. But folks, ultimately, we are here to serve our wonderful community. It's an honor and privilege to come to work every day, to put on this uniform, to wear this badge and serve you each and every day. And the same goes for our firefighters and public works teams. We're really here to take care of each and every one of you. We're going to do that through the weekend. And if there's anything you need, if you have a question about something or need help with something in this storm and you can't figure out a way to make it better for yourself, give us a call at the police department and we will work through some solutions to try to help you out and make your day better than what you're experiencing out there. With any live broadcast, we like to take a few questions. So if you have any questions, just type those in the comments and we will see if we can get to any. Becky asked, does the brine stick when it rains? So Becky, it kind of just mixes in with the rain and some of it still leaves a trace of it on the roads. If it's any prolonged rain for any period of time, it'll eventually wash away and not be as effective. But in this circumstance, I think we're going with, if we can put something down and it helps a little bit, we're going to put something down and hope it works. Sharon commenting here, I think everyone has been to the store. Shelves were almost empty late yesterday afternoon. And from what I've heard from our officers out in the field today, traffic is pretty heavy. There's a lot of people at the stores. I think people are trying to stock up for the weekend after the different forecasts they've seen across the different media outlets and our weather service. So definitely limited on supplies out there. But just going through looking for questions. If we see something, we'll get to it. And Aaron keeps asking about tire chains, but I'm not sure where those are at, Rich. We're kind of in an area that doesn't really stock those.
About the best suggestion would be like auto parts stores, but as Aaron said, they're out of them right now. You might try Tractor Supply. I don't know if they've got them.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe Amazon. I think Robin is chiming in with that. But Georgina here is saying Walmart stocked up. A little crazy busy, but they have supplies, so good deal.
And hey, look at that. Somebody liked my picture. Kirsten right above there.
Yeah, she likes the picture of your 20-foot snow. So anyway, all right, folks, thank you so much for joining this live broadcast. We will keep you updated throughout the storm. We will be limited on sleep if it's any storm that provides a lot of impacts to us. So I'm sure I'll be drinking a lot of Diet Mountain Dews. And Rich, what keeps you going?
I'm a big fan of Bang energy drinks.
The Bang energy drinks. Celsius energy drinks is something I've tried lately that are pretty good. But anyway, we'll see what this weekend brings us. And we're here for you, folks. If you need anything, just give us a call. Take care and be safe out there.